So now we're just going to quickly break a grip that can block our sweep or can stop us from executing the sweep. So one way that our opponent can start to get more base, we'll face this way, is my opponent will hold this sleeve. Yeah, he'll pull this up, and he can pull his shoulder back. Okay, as he pulls my shoulder off the floor, I lose all my power to bring my opponent over for the sweep. And it's also very hard for me to pull my opponent in this direction over my head to force his hands to the floor and get him to release. But what we do have is this shin. So I just advocate for being super careful with this technique with your training partners. Okay? But I still do it with my training partner. I just try not to be explosive about it. But in a tournament, absolutely go for it. So I'm going to just try to put my opponent's knuckles to expose them to my shin. So I'm going to go here. And now I'm going to pull and let to free. The second that I'm free, I can start to get them moving again, right? Now my shoulder can push the floor, so I can project with hip extension, or I can pull, right, and pull my opponent with hip flexion to pull him kind of over the corner. So he might grip, most commonly is going to grip the outside of my wrist, and I'm going to pummel my foot here. He might grip the inside of my wrist, and now I'm going to use the shin to pummel. He also might pass this across to the cross arm, and again, I'm going to have to use the shin to pummel. So this is a super important technique, especially if you're going with someone that is controlling sleeves. I'm going to break. I can start to make my opponents off balance, and then bring them down and complete the sweep. If you want to look at a match for reference of this technique, Marcelo used this against Victor Oliveira, I believe in the 2010 or 2011 Mundial. I think it was the first or second match. It was a pretty anticipated match. Vitor's a very, very good guard passer, a very good top player. And he made a strong grip on Marcelo, almost the opening sequence of the match. And when Marcelo broke the grip, it broke or dislocated his finger. So it was like really just pointed sideways, and that was it. That was the match. So again, that's where, my advice of don't go full force. And if you are using that grip to kind of unwind the leverage of the single leg X guard, sweeps with the gi, just be mindful that there's a vulnerability there, that, if you see your opponent winding up that shin to really strip that grip off, release the grip so you don't risk getting your fingers broken.